So I got the last box that I was waiting on from Nate's Custom Boats. Here it is. I went ahead and threw it in the core just to see how it looks. It is not yet put together, so we still need to do that. But I just wanted to make sure that it was fit in the core, and it does. So I was expecting a 24-inch box, but Nate texted me and asked if I wanted a 30-inch box. And I was like, heck yeah, man. More storage, I will take it. So we now have a 30-inch box, but let's go ahead and start putting this thing together. Check out that catfish. Kidding me right now. Alright, there it is. I got the last box all riveted together, glued together, and it is attached to the core. I got the ends here cut off. It's all looking good. I even got the last two pieces here cut off for this right here. So this will go right in there, just like that. And then that is where the hinges will go. We'll need one here, a hinge here, here, and there. So 4 hinges, but I will do that later on in the build. Once I get the hinges in, we will secure these, and that will tighten all this up and make it secure. But now that all that is done, we can go ahead and throw the core in the boat and get it where it needs to be, and then secure it to the sides, and it will not move anymore. So before I throw the core into the boat, I actually want to weigh it. I want to keep track of everything that I throw in this boat. The number one question that I get asked the most is how much weight did I add to my Jon boat? And on the last build, I had no idea. So on this build, I'm gonna weigh everything, make sure it's underweight, and make sure that it is safe. I am allowed 615 pounds in this Jon boat. So I have to stay under that number. And to make sure I do that, I'm going to be weighing everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. This is all the foam that I put in the boat so far. So we are literally gonna get the most accurate weight of this boat that I can. I still need to weigh these side rails. Of course, I'm not taking those off. That would be impossible. All right, so I got 3 feet of aluminum here. This is what I framed the boat with, but this is too light to weigh on the scale, so I got my fish scale here. So let's go ahead and turn it on. Okay, so 3 feet of the framing weighs exactly 7 ounces. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the math. So I'm gonna be weighing the core with all of the hinge that I got. Here's the hinge. I got about 6 foot of it. There's some more of it right there. I know for a fact I'm gonna be using all of this hinge, so I'm just gonna go ahead and weigh it all together. Alright, Alright, so I got everything weighed out, and the total of everything in the boat right now is 64.1 pounds. Everything except for these 3 pieces here all weighs 64 pounds. But we got the core in the boat. I went ahead and got it all centered, and that is where it is going to sit. So that gives me a 23-inch space here for the floor. This is where my feet's gonna go. This is where the floor is going to end, exactly right there. So all of this is gonna be a deck. The deck is gonna continue this way, and then all of this here and up deck. It's gonna look nice, man. 23-inch. I'm not sure how wide it is. Didn't measure that way, but that is plenty of leg space. I went ahead and marked where this sits as well, just so if it moves, I can easily put it right back in place without doing all the measurements again. So like I said, there's 64 pounds total in the boat right now, but the core, that entire piece of metal right here, was 32.8 pounds. So I'm not sure if that's heavy. Honestly, I have no idea. I wasn't really expecting it to be that heavy, but I mean, that is a lot of metal. So I need to add a piece of aluminum there, lock that in place, and then do the same thing over here. Alright, so there is the core in its final place. This is where it's going to sit. I made these 2 braces, one for the back here and one here for the front. And these things are already super sturdy. Check this out. It is already shaking the boat. And that's only 2 braces. There's gonna be a whole lot more braces going into this boat and connecting to the core, making it even more sturdy, which is good. I went ahead and riveted the braces in, but I didn't get these fully riveted just yet because there may be other stuff connecting to these rivets. So we got the same thing going on back here, not fully riveted. I know for a fact I'm going to be putting a wall, a plate to cover up this entire area here. Oh, I also found a place today that is local that sells aluminum sheeting. So tomorrow I'm gonna go pick some of that up, and then we can get this wall put up here, a wall put up here, and then a brace going across here that will connect this to the back deck, and then a wall going up there as well. So, oh, and the subfloor with the aluminum. So this whole area here will get done pretty quick. We'll have that done, the back deck done. We'll have it all connected to the core. Man, we're getting somewhere, people. This is awesome. But it is now late, so I'm gonna call it a night. I will see you guys in the morning. All right, so it is the next day. I'm going to go ahead and add the braces from here to there and here to there. That will give me this wall here, and also that will allow this to be straight. I already made sure it was straight up and down with this square here. So it's all square, looking good. And how I'm going to attach this bottom piece here, I still need to cut it, but that's gonna go about right there. Now I could leave that sitting on top of this piece here, but if you look right here, I made this inside piece, you probably can't see it, but I made the inside piece short. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to cut off this bottom piece and then shove this inside there, and that will be riveted together to the box. Let's see, I'm gonna need to cut this bottom square off and then fold this square. So let's go ahead and do that first. All right, so there's that. That will give me a place to drill a hole and rivet that to this wall here. All right, so I got my marks. I need to completely cut all this and then cut all this off to here. Now that should sit there, and this piece should go perfectly behind this piece here. Maybe a little tight fit. Come on, get in there. Get in there. Perfect. Heck yeah, that looks good. Now we just need to make sure this is straight. Looks good. To get these drilled, I'm going to a smaller drill bit, getting the whole drill through, and then switching back to the 3/16. I'm definitely gonna go get some new drill bits today. All right, there it is. Pretty clean design. I wish I could add one right in here to there. Okay, so for this bottom piece, I cut this and folded it over. But you can also cut out a smaller piece of aluminum here. As you can see, this piece right here I cut out. And I riveted it on. I did 2 rivets just to make it stronger, but that is another way to make a turn. I did that on both ends. This is probably more work, but it is way cleaner looking. It looks a whole lot better. Also, it does weigh a little bit more. Just a little bit more, but it weighs more. When you're adding so much stuff to these little boats, every ounce matters. So just to keep that in mind, if you do it this way, it weighs more and it's more work, but it's cleaner. So surely your choice on what you decide to do, but I already drilled out all the holes. So we got this end here, and then that end there. That looks good. Perfect. All right, there she is. We got 2 braces here, and this will be support for the deck, but also where I'm going to be attaching this wall here. All right, so I need to go ahead and add a brace coming from here. It's gonna shoot across here and then go up and connect this piece here. And that is how I'm going to connect this wall. Let's start working on that. But guys, check this out. I ordered this on Amazon. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be, but I mean, it is 36 inches, 3 feet. But this is a C-deck ruler. So this will be placed on the deck. So it'll be there at all times. I'm not sure where yet, but I'm going to cut around this and place this inside my other EVA foam, and we will have a ruler on top of the deck. So that's gonna be pretty sick. So this is actually the C-deck brand, and this foam, I'm not a fan of it. It looks really weird. It doesn't look like foam. It looks like a whole bunch of little hair fibers, which I don't like. So I'm actually glad I went with the cheaper EVA foam because it looks a whole lot better. As far as it lasting a whole lot longer, probably not. I don't know, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But it definitely looks and feels way better. All right, so I just got this piece added in and that piece, and that pretty much is the entire box framed out. Once I get these sides on, I will add some more supports to the sides and then cover up this area here. I also went ahead and measured this entire section here, and it is 8 foot and 7 inches. So that is a pretty long rod locker. I got these tubes. So this is a 6 foot piece of PVC pipe. This is where the tubes are gonna go. But I'm actually going to shorten this so it lines up with this hatch here. So there will be one continuous crease in the deck right here. So I get to cut about a foot or so off all of these pipes, which is good because that will make it even less weight. But I will be working on the rod locker in the next video. I'm also gonna go and get some metal tomorrow in the next video as well. So we'll get this all boxed out, we'll get the subfloor in, and then start working on the rod locker. But once I cut this down to here, that will give us a 4 foot gap in the rod locker. So this whole section here will open up, and I will have 4 feet to shove my rods into the rod locker, which is the perfect amount. So it is all working out good. But guys, if y'all need anything for your Jon boat, a framing kit, these boxes, a live well, anything, go check out tbnation.net. They have everything you need for your Jon boat. But guys, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.